Welcome back, coders, to a quick look at Morphite on the Nintendo Switch. The reason for tonight's quick video is because Morphite, the indie developer behind Morphite, which is originally an iOS game and mobile game, has made some updates, most notably the addition of motion controls. And if you guys follow my channel, or our channel, you know that I love myself some motion controls, especially in first-person games or third-person games where you're aiming some sort of shooting device, right? So in this game, there's a lot of scanning, there's a lot of aiming with your pistol, and you saw right there I just activated motion controls, and if you just look real carefully, you can kind of see just how much more responsive it was. One of my biggest complaints about this game initially was that it essentially had poor aiming. It was not easy to aim at the different things. Scanning was a really difficult process, as well as a bunch of other things. Additionally, if you were looking as I was kind of updating the menu, I'm taking a look at some of the advanced graphical options because it actually can drastically alter your opinion of what the game is like. For example, there's stuff like cinematic effects that you can have turned on, which by default is turned on. I personally don't like this visual feature, so I go ahead and turn that off. As well as opening up the view, there's a couple other options that you can do. Specifically, there's advanced graphical effects. Now, this one's going to be kind of to your discretion, especially when using motion controls. I found that there's two main reasons you may or may not want to add them. The main reason for adding it is that it adds some serious depth. Basically, it adds the great effect to the just edge shading, as well as oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name. Ambient occlusion. It adds ambient occlusion to the game. This is great for adding some depth to the game. However, you are going to take a hit on the frame rate, and since there's no way for you to kind of like lower the resolution or do other advanced customizations, you're kind of just going to have to suffer the hit. Additionally, there's some cool effects that might, like some trailing effects in colder places, things like that, that won't be there if you turn this feature off. They do mention that it's experimental, so go in with your own risk. Might cause some instability with the game. I haven't had too many issues. It just kind of brings the frame rate down to the 30s to 40s. Sometimes you can get up into the 50s depending on what you're looking at, but for the most complex scenes you're going to be at the 35 to 40 range, which some people are going to be completely comfortable with in the frames per second. That being said, if you take all that off, you run it pretty close to 60 FPS at all times. So I don't think it detracts too much from the game to run without those features on, but it's nice to do. You can see right here this motion control is allowing me to scan these objects and items a lot easier than what it would have been originally. If you played this game early on, which I'm sure if you're watching this video you did, or are interested in, then you know that scanning was one of the most pain in the ass things I've ever experienced. I just hope that this really alleviates that and gets me a chance to play a game that's actually kind of fun. It's a little bit No Man's Sky, a little bit, you know, just procedural indie generation slash scan and search and stuff like that. That being said, it is fairly limited. I recommend you guys give this one a second chance. I don't think it's very expensive on the eShop, probably in the $10 range. Go ahead and check it out. Morphite, Nintendo Switch, with the added motion controls. Well, thank you for watching, and as always, stay classy, coders.